When I looked at all my subscriptions, I couldn't believe how many I was paying for and not using. Streaming services, apps, memberships, it adds up. That's why I use and recommend Rocket Money. It's a personal finance app that finds and cancels unwanted subscriptions, tracks your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. The best part? You can cancel subscriptions right inside the app with just a few taps. No awkward phone calls or hunting for passwords. With Rocket Money, all your accounts are in one dashboard. Your checking, savings, loans, and investments are all there, so you can see your entire financial picture at a glance. It organizes every transaction automatically, sets budgets, sends real-time alerts for big charges, and gives you easy-to-read reports. I keep a close eye on all my finances, and Rocket Money gives me an even smarter view. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. Go now. rocketmoney.com/Kim. But wait, there's more. Here's hour 4 of the Kim Komando Show. This is incredible. Let me tell you. Let's go back to the year 2000. That's when Netflix only did DVDs by mail. That's right. There was no streaming. And they were looking for maybe somebody to partner with because they wanted to get bigger and they weren't really making a lot of money. So then they thought, maybe Blockbuster should buy us. So the founders made an offer and Blockbuster just laughed them right out of the room. And you know how that story ended. So how much did Netflix offer to sell itself for in the year 2000? Was it 1 million, 10 million, 50 million, or 500 million? Are you ready? The answer, $50 million. Netflix offered it up. They said, we just don't even want a franchise fee. And Blockbuster said, hard pass, go away. So fast forward, how much do you think Netflix is worth today? Are you ready? $250 billion. Oh my gosh. Blockbuster, there's one store left. How'd you like to be that guy who said, we turned that offer down? And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kim Komando, America's beloved digital goddess, here with you once again, because after all, this is the nation's largest, best, biggest, award-winning show about all things digital. And of course, you can find me across 425 top stations coast to coast. And I'm in your favorite streaming radio app. Just search for my last name, Komando. And of course, you can always get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast. So wherever you get your podcast, just search for Komando with a K. And if you're more of a visual person, hey, check out my YouTube channel. Do it now while you're thinking about it. Head to youtube.com/Kim Komando. That's youtube.com/Kim Komando. And the Komando hotline's open right now at 1-888-825-5254. But let me tell you a secret, okay? You don't have to sit on hold for hours like these other people. No, not at all. You can actually schedule a time to speak with me right here on the show. Head over to the official homepage of the Kim Komando Show, which is, I know, Komando, of course. And in the upper right-hand corner, there's a link that says Ask Kim. Just fill that out. And one of our producers will be in touch. All right, then every single day, I want to make sure that I know everything that's happening in the tech space so then I can transfer all this intellect and know-how from my beautiful brain right to your beautiful brain. And here are some things that you need to know about. And we're going to start with cars. Yes, I'm a big car gal. So whenever I see tech car news, it really grabs my attention. This one's a little bit different. Rumor is that General Motors is planning to remove Apple CarPlay and Android Auto from all their new car dashboards. What is this about? Yes, GM, makers of Chevrolet, Buick, and Cadillac, they want to take over your dashboard. They want to control the data, everything that you hear, everything that they see. Why? Yes, you're right. For the money. They're going to charge you for using their new in-car subscription services that you're getting for free with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, GM CEO claims with a straight face that their aim is to provide what they call a simple integrated system that's safer and, quote, less distracting. Yeah, sure. 50% of new car buyers will not buy a car without CarPlay or Android Auto. So this is definitely one to watch because if GM can pull this off, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, Ford, Toyota, and all the others have let it be known that they're close behind. Moving on to number 2 in our top 5 list, soul singer Sienna Rose. Let me tell you, she's hot. 2.8 million monthly listeners. And she's given singers like Ariana Grande, Chris Brown, and even Taylor Swift a run for their money. But here's the deal. Sienna Rose, she's not real. She's not really singing. Well, I guess she is. She's all AI. Here, take a listen to her song, Where Your Warmth Begins.
Turning every tremble into something fair, where your warmth begins. I start to heal, you soften every edge I used to feel.
Now, musicians, they're crying foul. They don't have a leg to stand on, though, because here's why. The musicians are complaining that AI-generated music is a threat to their existence. But AI music never really creates anything new or original. It only mimics different styles. It follows predictable formulas. So instead of whining, if you're a musician, you have to realize creativity, originality have always been the only keys to success and fame. Hendrix redefined guitar. Motown redefined soul. Taylor Swift, pop. I redefined tech talk on the radio. So stop your whining. Get back to creating something new, something that is all yours. Moving on to number 3, last month I told you about this. Australia made headlines as the first country to ban social media for anyone under 16. So big tech companies like Meta, Snapchat, Roblox, Google, they have to verify ages and keep the kids off. So how's it going? Well, turns out, not a shocker here, teens are outsmarting the system faster than you can say age verification. Some kids briefly lost their Snapchat, then they made new ones the same day. Others are beating facial recognition tech by drawing on fake mustaches and beards. Wow. And the kids who do get caught, they sneak back on and ask, can I get fined for this? And plenty of kids are saying they're getting into social media without even trying to fool the system. So, obviously not working all that well. Moving on to number 4, if you bought a new big screen TV last year at an incredible price, say $400 for a 65-inch 4K screen, maybe over Black Friday, you probably got more than what you bargained for. Because why would a big screen 4K that should cost $1,200 to $1,500 go for $400? Yes, you know, that's all you. You're the product. Consider that every smart TV has something called ACR, that's automatic content recognition. So here's how it works. It's actually kind of creepy. Every few seconds, ACR screenshots your screen. It doesn't matter what's on the screen, cable, local, national channels, streaming, gaming, doesn't matter. Then all that information is bundled up and sold to advertisers, politicians for political campaigns, insurance companies, you name it. And that's why you got a great deal on that TV, because it's totally spying on you. And finally, this, coming in at number 5, this has happened to me. If maybe you have an Uber or a DoorDash order and then you think, well, this person doesn't really look like the picture in the app. Well, there's a good chance it's happening. A new TransUnion survey asked over 1,000 gig workers one question: have you ever rented out or sold your account? So what do you think that percentage is? 50%. That's right. This is on Uber, DoorDash, Walmart, Spark, all the big platforms. And of course, this violates every single terms of service agreement out there. You see, buying one of these accounts is super easy. You just go to Facebook, type in Uber accounts for rent or whatever. Researchers found 80 different Facebook groups with over 800,000 members trading these accounts like baseball cards. So how much does it cost? About $350 to $400 to buy an account, $115 to rent one. Some Uber Eats accounts go for as low as $65. Boy, I'll tell you, just the other day, I ordered Instacart, and maybe it's just the way that my mind works, but I looked down and thought, yeah, that's right. It says, Jesus is here. Get it, Jesus? I was like, yeah, I got Jesus right there. All right, coming up, we got news about neighborhoods that are using Flock security cameras, some free tech perks that are hiding in your email, and signs that your jealous ex is stalking you, and just the best callers ever here on The Kim Komando Show. Let's be honest, our personal info is everywhere. Creeps and data brokers are out there scooping up birthdays, social security numbers, political views, medical conditions, you name it. It's not even shocking anymore. But that doesn't mean you have to put up with it. Incogni is my secret weapon when it comes to online privacy. They do the hard work of getting your personal data removed from people's search sites and those shady data brokers. And now they've stepped it up. Incogni's new unlimited plan gives you the power to submit links to specific websites where your info is exposed. Their team works to get it taken down. Real humans, real results. It's not just about privacy, it's about peace of mind. You'll notice fewer spam calls, fewer creepy emails, and way more control over your digital life. Head to privacykim.com right now to lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal. That's privacykim.com. Take your privacy back starting today. You'll be so glad that you did. I am. PrivacyKim.com for 60% off with Incogni. You know, my Christmas cash giveaway was such a huge success. I have a new cash giveaway coming. So if you are not already signed up for my free newsletter called The Current 5-Star Rated, almost 1 million folks get it every single day. Head over to getkim.com. That's getkim.com. So if you don't already get my free newsletter, I pass along some great resources. Like, for example, I spoke about Counterforce Health the other day. And joining me right now is Neil, co-founder of this site. Hello there, Neil.
Hey, Kim. Thanks for having me.
And so you reached out because you got a ton of traffic, I understand.
Oh, yes. We had so many patients come into our site to get help with fighting insurance denial. So I really appreciate the opportunity to build awareness.
So tell everybody how it works.
Sure. So, for the audience, believe it or not, 1 in 5 Americans are being denied health insurance claims, over the course of the past year. And most people, we find, feel powerless, when they're in this situation. They don't know what to do. They don't know their rights. And oftentimes the doctor, the hospital, the clinic is too busy to help you fight back. So most people think, well, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. How am I going to do this? So, we built an AI system completely available for free to individuals. We got the whole thing grant funded through the National Institutes of Health. And it helps you take all your documentation and generate a very robust evidence-backed appeal letter so you can get the health care you need. And you can go to our site, use it for free, and it takes less than 2 minutes. So that's the high level, how it works. But
so what's the success rate that you guys are seeing?
73% so far. So it's really high. And interesting thing about the success rate, it's most of the insurers are counting on you not to fight back. So we found even before we launched our AI, most individual patients that were just doing anything, bothering to write a letter, were already winning 40% of the time. It's just 99% of people were not bothering to appeal. So of the 1% of people that appeal, a bunch of people win. And then we're like, well, if we can build good AI to make that appeal faster for you, more accurate, research-backed, then more people would do it and more people would win. But yeah, 73% of people are winning, which is amazing.
Which is phenomenal. I mean, that's a great stat. And folks, if you're sitting there and you're saying like, oh, this is going to be a pain in the neck for me to appeal this and I don't want to do it, because just stop whining. You really want to go to the site, counterforcehealth.org. Once again, that's counterforcehealth.org. Hey, Neil, thanks for putting that site together in the AI, and thanks for joining us to tell us a little bit about it. Next up, we have Deanna in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Welcome.
Well, hello, my tech goddess and her sidekick.
I like how you said
I love you both.
Well, we love you too. We
you.
do. Thank you.
Yeah, I start every day with coffee, devotions, and Kim. I have to read you every day.
Oh, thank you.
I look smarter every day from your tips, and my husband loves your jokes. I do too, but...
See, you know what?
I'm so sorry. Your husband has no sense of humor. That's heartbreaking.
Pretty good sense of humor. He married me, so I guess that works.
Yeah, I'm the one that needs a sense of humor. I got to sit across this guy all the time. All right, so you're so sweet. So what's going on?
Well, I work for a church, and of course, in a church, you get some old technology. And we have some old iMacs, and I mean those 27-inchers screens from 2007 and 10 that became like, they slowed down so fast you had to buy new ones. And what do we do with that old tech? You try to sell them, but they're so big you can't really ship them. What are some good ideas for recycling some of that old tech? Whether we can recoup any costs or not, that's not important really, but what do we do with all that stuff?
Before you answer, Kim, I'm going to need the same advice because I was cleaning out the garage. I have a box that has 11 hard drives in it.
Oh.
11, because I don't know what to do with them, and I'm so worried about ID theft that I just hold on to them.
You see what you just did?
What did I do?
We have beautiful Deanna from Pittsburgh.
Correct.
And you just made this all about you.
No, it's not about me.
Yeah, you did. You just made it all about you.
This is a common problem.
No.
Everyone has.
You're such a narcissist. All of a sudden, it's just about me.
Can you please hang up on her and give me my answer?
Well, on your iMac, we'll talk about your hard drives.
Sure.
Yeah, we will. Is that you boot into the Mac OS recovery, just hold Command R when you're restarting, and then that pops up the disk utility because I want you to erase the hard drives. You have different places that can take this. We just had upstairs, I think we had 27 monitors that we donated to a local school. And so local schools, homeschool groups, youth centers,
Did they gladly take them?
they were so thrilled.
Oh, good.
They were so thrilled. Goodwill has something called the Reconnect program and also Computers with Causes. I'm not quite sure how Amber identified this school or which organization that she went to, but they were thrilled. They came over, they picked them all up, and it was fabulous because it always makes you feel better. You don't want to throw this stuff away. Number one, it doesn't belong in a landfill, especially when somebody can actually use them. And believe it or not, there's a market for those 2007 and 2010 iMac 27 inches because they don't make them anymore. I wish that they did, but they don't. You could say free for parts on Facebook Marketplace. That might be an idea.
Okay.
Apple has a trade-in program. I don't know if they're going to give anything for that because
Maybe
they're
too
so
old.
old. Yeah, they're too old. Same thing with, even on Amazon, they have a trade-in program. But maybe what you could do is, even though it's old, is that if you reset it and then you reinstall the OS, you can maybe set it up as like a little computer safe for kids that's not on the internet and put on some games.
Okay.
Might be an idea.
That's a great idea.
You could use one, maybe like somebody who's in the choir or in the music program. They maybe use it as just a way to put lyrics on the screen. You could use it as a welcome station in the lobby. So even though they're old, if you can maybe think of other ways that you might be able to use it, but if not, you can give it away. But the most important thing is that if you are going to give away, is that you erase what's on that drive, because we've seen so many stories over the years where people will sell a computer or a hard drive or whatever, or not even, they throw it away and then it ends up on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, and they're like, what's on there? And so, but Andrew, you're smart to save them.
Yeah, I'm terrified to get rid of them.
Yeah, so, if you don't need the data on them,
Right.
and if you needed to connect that hard drive to a computer, is that they, on Amazon, they sell little enclosures, USB enclosures. So you put the hard drive in there, you plug it, and then you plug it via USB into the computer, and then you can see exactly what's on it. And then you can erase it that way. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way, is that you open up, if it's old hard drives, they're platters, and you take a hammer.
How much hammering do I got to do to make sure that stuff is not going to be readable?
A lot of hammering.
A lot of hammering. All right.
Lot. And that's the technical term for that.
Yeah, no,
a
I
lot of
follow.
hammering. What do you think, Deanna? Does that help you out?
That does. That gives us some great ideas to reuse some of this text that we have sitting around.
Yeah, you might be able to do
And-
it. Yes.
Yes, that sounds great.
Well, thanks for your call.
You guys are always so full of information. I use it every day.
Well, you know what? You're sweet. Especially, I love her husband. So nice. And he's such a handsome guy, too.
You don't even know who he is. He just likes your stinking jokes.
I love that about him. Well, let's switch gears. You may have seen them. These sleek black cameras mounted on poles right near your neighborhood's entrance. They're called Flock Security Cameras. I have one in my neighborhood. They scan every car license plate that passes, records the car's make, model, and exactly where and when it drove by. Now, here's the deal. These cameras are not installed by the city. They're usually put up by HOAs, apartment complexes, and local businesses. Those businesses give local police permission to review the footage in real time. On a positive note, they have helped solve murders and find stolen cars. But they also raise serious privacy red flags. There are documented cases where police and some rogue employees, they actually use this system to target people. So it's kind of murky. So if you want to see if your neighborhood is being watched, go to this website, deflock.me. It's volunteer run. Again, that's deflock.me. Stay right where you are. We have more of your great phone calls coming up and also some more tips you can't afford to miss.
The world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use, helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize, so you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, so you have a smartwatch or a fitness ring, and there it is. Your heart rate, your HRV, your VO2 max, sleep score, blood oxygen, recovery score. I mean, all these different metrics, right? So are you doing okay or not? Well, here's an idea, is that you can plug all this data, including screenshots, into your favorite AI chatbot. You can say, I slept 6 hours, my HRV is 32, my resting heart rate is 48, my readiness score is 72, whatever it means. Whatever you have in there, the AI bot will tell you what it means to you. So you don't have to sit there and say, oh, I think I'm dying again. I think I'm dying again. I know. It happens to all of us. Let's see. We have a great tip coming up about some free tech perks that are hiding in your email. And then later on, signs that your jealous ex is stalking you on your phone. And before we get to all of that, let's see. Laura in Ogden, Utah. Glad to have you with us today, Laura.
Hi, Kim. Thanks for taking my call.
Anytime.
I appreciate it. Hey, my husband and I want to support our local community and businesses. However, with our budget growing increasingly limited with our current economy, we need to find ways of stretching our finances any way we can. Where can we find the best sale and promo coupons for local businesses? Is there a main website or multiple sites that we can check?
Yeah. And that's really, and I think it's important to do what you're doing, really, to support the local business, because it's so easy to buy everything online. And I'm guilty of that too. But if I can visit a local store, absolutely 100%. You know what's interesting? I got to tell you this.
What?
So I was in Japan, and that's a country where there are still little shops where maybe one shop only sells chopsticks. Okay. One shop only sells hats. Only sells women's blouses. That's specific. And you start, when you're walking around, you start thinking, how do these supermarkets and convenience stores, and how is this economy supporting itself? And then you start realizing what you don't see. Amazon Prime trucks. You don't see them. Okay. Amazon just does not exist. Okay. And it's very, very, if you ever have a chance to go to Tokyo, I recommend it 1,000%. Okay. Back to your question. A lot of local grocery store websites, they will have a coupon section. Okay. There is an app called Flip, F-L-I-P-P. Flip is for you to look at local deals. Remember, like we used to get like the flyers in the newspaper. Remember the newspaper?
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay, and it's very good for local sales and promotions, and it's available on iOS and Android. Remember Groupon? Groupon used to be around big time.
Yeah.
Okay, I think they're still out there somewhere. Offering discounts on local services. And of course, there's coupons.com that you can look at. So really but I think probably the best one for you to take a look at is that Flip app. That's F-L-I-P-P. Once again, that's F-L-I-P-P. And then check out Groupon, local grocery store websites, and then as well as coupons.com. Laura, thank you for your call today. Oh, we all love to save money, right? All right, so you went to school, and maybe you're still hanging on to that school email address. I'm talking about a .edu. Well, what are some uses for this? Well, let's start with Canva for Education. If you're a teacher or a student, you get full access to Canva Pro totally free. That's typically $120 a year. You can remove image backgrounds, schedule social posts, use templates, upload brand kits, and a whole bunch more. Now, college students, there's a sweet deal through Amazon Prime Student. You get free 2-day shipping, Prime Video, early access to deals. It's free for 6 months. After that, $69 a year. And finally, anyone with a valid school email can get Microsoft Office 365 Education for free. That's Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote. All right, still to come, we have more of your phone calls, and then later on, maybe that jealous ex is stalking you. I have the signs that it may be happening here on the Kim Komando Show. Boy, this is a pretty common question. John in Portland, Oregon. Hi there.
Oh, hi, Kim. I really love your show. I'm glad to have gotten on. This is my first time calling you.
Awesome.
So my question has to do with publishing.
Okay.
I'm a first-time publisher. I'm about 70% finished with my first book ever. It's a true story, and I'm still polishing up on the rough draft. And I've been going online trying to do a little bit of homework ahead of time, looking at publishing places. And I actually went to one of the places you were talking about. It's called Audible, and then they had a subtitle link below that said gopublishing.com. So I went there and watched about half of that video, and I thought, wow, I think I found a publishing place that's pretty cheap. But most of it was about publishing AI books. It seemed like
there's so many different AI books. So what's your book about?
It's a true story, actually, of something that happened to me on the way back from Alaska many years ago, and I'm just recounting the entire event that happened where I was working in canneries like a lot of people just out of college go to. And we eventually got on a king crab boat, started making a lot of money, and then all ran into this beautiful brunette girl up there, but the encounter was only like 30 seconds long and never got her name or where she was from. In fact, ran into her 2 more times with the same circumstance. Thought I lost her forever. And then when I came back home to Oregon, ran into her 8 months later. And then the story really takes off from there. So it's a really...
Did you marry her?
Really compelling story. I can't tell. I got to leave the plot blank there. So.
Come on. Come on, John.
Oh, I know.
Dang, you were taking me right there. Well, I'm going to guess that you married that brunette.
Yes.
I'm going to guess that you did. Because if you didn't and you went all that and you did, I'd be like, oh my gosh, why did I read all that? I want to be inspired. All right, so let's talk about your book. Okay, and that's great that you're writing it down. It's off, and I like that it's a personal story. What you want to do is basically Audible is for audio books. Okay, so what you want to do is use the Kindle Direct Publishing program that allows you to do ebooks, paper books. It's KDP for short. There's tons of information. You can watch all the videos that you want on Amazon.com. Okay. The big news about this is that you are going to self-publish this book, and then you're going to put it on Amazon where the whole world shops. Okay. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
And
oh, nice. And
then at that point, you can turn it into an audiobook. But first, I want to make sure that you get a KDP, the Kindle Direct Publishing, get it up there. And it doesn't mean that it's just available to a Kindle. Anybody can have the Kindle app on their device, and then they can get your book. Okay.
Okay.
And it's free to use. They take a cut of the sales as a royalty. And then there's also print on demand. So if you ever wanted to actually print the book, you could do that too. And so it's fairly simple to do. Now, if you're not sure how to do this Kindle Direct program after you watch all the videos, give me a call back, because there are places that you can go online and you can hire people that will take your manuscript and turn it into a Kindle book. And they charge anywhere, depends upon how big the book is, but maybe, $50 to $150. I mean, it's not expensive at all, but you need to make sure that you have a good cover, because that's how people are going to be attracted to your book. Okay. And make sure that's professionally edited, and, follow the guidelines of a real book, because that's what this is. We want to have a dedication to the brunette who changed your life. Just a little hint.
Okay. And
a sub dedication to the blonde in your life that is helping you right now. That would be me. Okay.
Okay.
Just kidding. And, and then you're going to have a back cover and, and whatever, and I would probably put some real pictures of you guys. And, you on the fishing boat, tell a story. I mean, you can put photos in here. It's going to,
Well, actually, I am an artist, and that's my one brag in life, is that I'm really, really good at it as an artist. And I was going to submit a lot of pictures of that. In fact, I did portrait of her because I like doing portraits so much. I did a portrait of her from memory when I got back.
Oh,
and
nice.
then I'm going to publish that in the book also.
You know what? See,
So-
this is a great thing. This is a great story. It is. And so but all these little things that you can give it life, make it jump off the page. That's what people are going to remember. That's why people are going to love it. You want to ask for reviews and, but we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves now. So just go ahead and, learn what you can about the Kindle Direct program. So like I said, there's tons of videos on Amazon. Tell it from your heart. Add all those pictures, especially if you created this portrait of her from memory. You know what? This was just love at first sight. People say it doesn't happen. It happened to you. And that book is going to be amazing. And then you're going to sell it off to like somebody like Amazon or Hulu or Roku, and they're going to make your movie. And then you're going to go back to Alaska and you're going to buy a fishing boat and get king crab forever and ever and ever with the brunette gal with the big eyes. Yes, her. All right. This is another thing that bothers a whole bunch of people, including me. It happened to me the other day. Stephen in Austin, Texas. Hi there, Stephen.
Oh, just very glad to talk to you. Just got a couple, actually one simple question here. I'm somewhat frugal, so I'm looking for an inexpensive, cheap way to know if my garage door is open or closed. If I leave the house and 2 minutes later and I think, oh, did I shut the garage door or not? And so I'm looking for something that I can look at my phone and it'll tell me doors closed or doors open. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of a tightwad, so I don't want to spend
you know
a lot
what?
of money.
I heard you say you're cheap, and now you say you're a tightwad. I mean, gosh.
Well, actually, those are bad words. Frugal is better, I think.
Yeah, frugal's good. Cheap is also that. You're cheap. Okay.
Well, so I wear the label proudly, but just looking for some simple way that I can look at the phone and say,
probably the cheapest way is for you just to look with your eyeballs before you drive away. Okay.
Well, I've done it a number of times. Just to go, I better drive back around, go down the block, and come back and see if the door is closed.
I totally am with you, because sometimes it's like I do that same thing. I'm like, gosh, I left so quickly. Is the garage door closed? I better go make sure and see. But I can get on my phone and I can look at something called the MyQ Garage Door Hub. And it's a smart garage door. And what it does is it works with most garage door openers, and it's very reliable. As I mentioned, I have it in 2 places, and it does exactly that. You can look on your phone. You can open and close your garage door by looking at your phone. If somebody needs to get into your house, you can open it and you can leave it open for a certain period of time. You could give them a unique code. I mean, it really is something that's, if you are looking to have a smart garage door, how often did you ever think you'd say I really want a smart garage door? Okay. Is that you're not changing the garage door. You're just changing a little mechanism with it. Again, it's called Chamberlain MyQ. It's the biggest, is the best one that's been around. They're priced around $50. Okay.
So it's something you put on the garage door per se, but it will transmit to your phone, open or closed.
Yes, exactly. And exactly. It's really a piece of cake to put in. You could also get a cheap camera if that's what you wanted to. There's a company called Wyze. That's WYZE. Okay. If you're looking for a cheap camera that doesn't do a lot, but that you can just look at it and see exactly if the door is open or closed, that's probably the cheapest one out there. It has night vision built in, and you can also stream it live to your phone using the Wyze app. You can find them on Amazon for about $35. But I'm telling you, the MyQ garage door system is pretty sweet. Speaking of garages, I was over at my friend Jason's house, and he actually asked me, hey, can you go pop your head in the garage to see if I closed the garage door? And while I was in there, he had his workbench, and I saw a jar, and it was labeled My Bachelor Years. And I was like, what the heck is in there? So when I got inside, I was like, Jason, what is that jar in the garage that says My Bachelor Years? He said, oh, it's filled with a bunch of random screws. I thought that was so incredibly funny. Hey, let's talk about some administrative things right now, okay? Number one, if you ever want me to answer your question, let me tell you the best way for you to do that is you head over to commando.com, that's with a K, of course, and then there's a link at the top that says Ask Kim. Just fill out that form, give me your question, and I read every single question that you send me. Sometimes you might be invited to go ahead and come here on the show. Other times I just might answer it inside of our newsletter. So if you're not already getting our newsletter, make sure that you really totally sign up. Right now, while you're thinking about it, head to getkim.com. Now, let's talk about podcasts. There's a daily podcast called The Daily Tech Update, which is also part of the Digital Life Hack. Now, these are really short podcasts specifically designed for you to say, fire them up when you're making the coffee or taking the dog out or maybe just going out and getting the mail when you have like these really short breaks. And then, of course, you can get the Kim Commando Show as a podcast, and you can also get the current newsletter as a podcast too. So I've got you covered, and I'm everywhere. So wherever you get your podcast, just make sure that you search for my last name, Commando, with a K, of course. All right, still to come, some signs that your jealous ex is phone stalking you here on the Kim Commando Show. It's called stalkerware. Someone sneaks it onto your computer, your phone, whatever, and then it quietly collects all your data and sends it to a remote server where that person, another person, can access it. So now some stalkerware will turn on your device's mic or camera. The worst part, you might not even know it's there, but there are clues. Maybe you spot an app you didn't download. Data usage goes through the roof. You get strange notifications. Icons just show up. These are major red flags, and to get rid of it is not fun. You have to do a complete factory reset, not just once, but twice, and erase everything. Just a reminder, make sure that you sign up for my free newsletter. Do it now at getkim.com. And that's the end of hour 4, but I'm sure in your podcast player, there are some shows that you haven't listened to. Come on, just fire up your podcast player and get more tech know-how, whether you're walking or on your commute or whatever you might be doing.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.